and gentlemen, welcome back. This is now officially my first video for geometry goal 1 chapter topics. There are a lot of topics to cover in goal 1. Not all of them are essential, so we're going to start with some non-essential topics, which is basically everything to do with measuring. Make sure we're comfortable with how to work those particular topics, and then get ourselves ready for some things that are a little bit more focused. So let's get right down to brass tacks. First things first, something that's going to be new for the geometry course as you guys start logging in is that there's going to be a lot of technical precision, meaning there are things that I can't necessarily show you by just doing a screen grab. So for example, in geometry, you're going to have something called an Alex ruler, and you're going to be setting them up into particular objects and then measuring them. And I have learned the hard way that not all students know how to use a ruler, so just to make sure we're on the same page, make sure that one end always lines up with the 0. I'm assuming that's obvious, but I've learned the hard way, as I said, that that's not always the case. Now, moving from there, for this one, you're measuring to the nearest inch, and for the next one, you're going to be measuring to the nearest ½ inch, all right? So as you're going through this, you're looking for, here is going to be your, when it's looking for your nearest inch, you are looking for your whole numbers. And over here, you're looking for your ½ inch marks. The good news is that since we're in a technical school, like 90% of you guys are comfortable with rulers and you know how to find your ½ inch marks. So that being said, let's actually talk about some actual number conversions as we're going through this. The rule of thumb that you kind of want to keep in mind is that if you are going smaller, you multiply. And if you are going bigger, you're going to divide. That is the big thing for you guys to keep in mind. Knowing that will make this easier for you. Now, the good news as you're going through this is that a lot of the topics will tend to give you your conversion charts automatically. You don't even have to hit explanation for them. So here, I pulled this right off of the example sheet, and it already gave you the table in advance for what you're doing. So for here, we're going from feet to yards. That means we are going from feet to yards, we're going bigger, so we're going to be dividing. So let's see here. So it's 27 divided by 3, which is going to get us 9 yards. All right. For 60 inches to feet, here we're going bigger again, so we're going to be dividing. So 60 divided by 12 equals 5 feet. That's all you're really doing for this. Next one, it gives you, let's see if we can do 3 right in a row, is we're going from, let's scroll just a little bit more, from quarts to pints. So I'm going from quart to pint. That means I'm going smaller. To be smaller means that I am multiplying. So it's going to be 9 times 2, which is 18 pints. From 8 cups to pints, so I'm going from cup to pint. Here now I'm going bigger. So bigger means that I'm going to divide. So what is cup to pints? So what is 8 divided by 2? This is going to be 4 pints. Over here, same idea, we're going from pounds to ounces. That means we are going smaller, which means we're going to multiply. So 7 times 16 equals 112 ounces. We're going from tons to pounds. We're going smaller again. So 2 times 1,000 is going to be 2,000 pounds. Once in a while, though, they will expect you to do honest-to-God conversions, and again, it's the same kind of idea. So if I'm going from feet to inches, I'm going smaller, which means I'm doing multiplying. So I have to do the feet first. So 4 times 12 equals 48, and then I have my leftover 8 inches, so my grand total is 56 inches tall. Over here, I'm going from inches to feet. That's a little bit different. I'm doing my division. So 102 divided by 12. That does not divide evenly, okay? What we're going to get is going to be 8 point something. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 102 minus, what was 12 times 8? 96. What's 102 minus 96? Is going to be 6 inches. that's what you're doing. So again, this is what you need to keep in mind. Going bigger, you're doing some version of multiplying. Going bigger, you're going to be doing some form of division. Let's scroll down a little bit more. So now we're going to get used to this again. So I'll rewrite it. Bigger is divide. And then smaller is to multiply. You just gotta wait for the computer to catch up. Okay, so over here, what do we have? We have 48 inches long and 24 inches wide. What is the area? So area is length times width. What I recommend personally is to do your conversion now, because since we're going to something that is, let's see here, square feet, so we're going bigger, so we're doing dividing. So 48 divided by 12 is 4, 24 divided by 12 is 2, 4 times 2 is 8 feet squared. Next one, flower bed. Here we have it in feet and feet. What is it in square yards? We're going bigger, so we're going to divide. 27 divided by 3 is 9, and then 9 divided by 3 is 3. What's our answer? 27 yards squared. Let's see here, over here, we're going from millimeters to meters. That's bigger again, so we're going to divide, and we're dividing by 1,000. So let's see here, that is going to be 7 meters, because it's divided by 1,000. Over here, we have 9,000 meters, and then how many kilometers? So we're dividing because we're going bigger again. Bigger is division, which means we are dividing by 1,000, so this person swam 9 kilometers. That's a lot. Good for her. Metric distance. Again, just getting used to this. Scientist has meters, and now you're converting to millimeters. So this time you're going smaller, which means you're multiplying. So 1.3 times your 1,000, which just means we move the decimal over 3 places. So we have 1,300 millimeters. Now we're going from kilometers to meters. We're going smaller, which means we're multiplying again. So 2.8 times 1,000 equals 2,800 meters. And that's everything you need to know for measuring. This is a non-essential family. None of these are on the DSA, and not all of these are big uses in terms of unlocking topics. But just in case you need something to get a last-minute sweep of your goal, this should set you up pretty nicely. Next video, we actually start getting into the real geometry, and I start talking about what the course is going to look like as a whole. As always, stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe.